morning. This is Just Law Solicitors.
.com.
.com.
Now, Marisa, what could have possibly happened in the news very recently?
My goodness.
Right, we're here to talk about the announcement of Pedro Sanchez, the Prime Minister of Spain. And before we deal with Marisa, who's been a lawyer for 35 years at justlawsolicitors.com, we have to say that it's only an announcement. It's not a law in Spain. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Pedro Sanchez, that is our similar prime ministers in other countries, is the president of the government, has announced 12 measures to protect the Spanish citizens and residents about the increase in prices of the purchase in the property purchase. This situation led us to a moment that is very difficult for the young people or people that has are not healthy, that's normal salaries to afford a house. So one of the measures that he announced, that again is not enforced, is not law, has not been explained or developed enough to know exactly what he is thinking, is the limitation on property purchase by non-EU foreigners who are not residents.
So this would be, for example, if you're an American or a Canadian or a UK person and you're thinking about buying a holiday home in Spain, different from if you're thinking about moving to Spain on, for example, the non-lucrative visa or the digital nomad visa.
Yeah, any other kind of visa that consider you as a resident and a tax resident, and you're going to pay your taxes in Spain. But anyway, we have to say that we have to interpret his words, because it's nothing in writing. It's not a law, as we say. It's not even a proposal. It's not a bill. It's nothing. It's just an announcement. So these words has to be developed in the next few months, I suppose. For the golden visa, he announced a long time ago and take his time to do it. But what he says is that the tax burden for non-Europeans who do not reside in Spain will increase up to 100%.
Now, what you may have heard in the news media in, for example, the United Kingdom, is some people are saying that non-residents who wish to purchase a property, so again, holiday homes, not living here on a visa, will have to pay 100% purchase tax, as opposed to what now is from 4 to 10%, depending on where you buy in Spain. Now, what do you say about that, Marisa?
Well, the interpretation that we have heard in these 2 days, that was a little bit crowdy in all the social media and all the other media, is that each one has interpreted as they thought. But my experience as a lawyer, my expertise, is that this could be that, or has to be that, no exemption, no benefit, no taxes benefit for any of the foreigners that going to buy in Spain and they are not resident. But to tell you the truth, the non-resident don't used to have any benefit, because some town halls were given for the people that were registered in the jurisdiction some benefit to reduce the price, for instance, of the council tax, the EV tax that we call. And this is the tax that you pay when you own a property in Spain. And but to tell you the truth, this benefit is only for people that cannot, that has a very low salary, pensioners or something like that. So it's not something that I think are going to affect to anyone.
So what we think, what Marisa thinks Pedro Sanchez is saying, and again, it's very early days, is that he doesn't want a non-resident, i.e. someone buying a holiday home, to have a tax advantage over somebody buying who is a resident. And in certain cases, limited cases, a non-resident can have a very small advantage in certain cases, but usually not.
Usually not.
He's not saying that the 100% is the purchase tax.
No, what we have heard from people is that they are thinking that, for instance, if you buy a house in Spain for 200,000 euros, you are going to pay 200,000 euros for the price and 200,000 euros for the taxes. And this is not true. Even if this is not an interpretation that is according to the law. But anyway, we will comment later about the possible illegality of this measure. But anyway, another interpretation that could be is that at the moment, the taxes, let's say that you have you're going to buy a house in Spain, and depending of the region that you're going to buy, you have different stamp duties. We call transmission tax.
Yeah.
So
if I could just explain maybe a little bit. Unlike, for example, again, apologies to people in America and Canada, etc. But unlike the UK, Spain has regional governments, and each regional government is able to set their own purchase tax, transmission tax, stamp duty, the tax that you pay one-off when you buy a property in Spain. And it ranges, I think in the Basque Country it's 4%, and I think in Valencia, Alicante, it's 10%.
Yeah,
and what is it here in Andalusia?
Yes, and in Andalusia, up to some certain amount is 7%.
Yeah,
that means that maybe what he wants is to increase. If, for instance, Andalusia, we pay usually the normal rate is 7%, he's going to be 14%. Yes, could be. This is another interpretation, that they pay 40% of the property price instead of the 7% that the rest of the resident Spanish citizen we pay. But this measure could be illegal because, like 15 years ago, the European Tribunal has a big case because Spanish taxes for non-resident were not the same that for resident, and the European Court established that is this discriminatory, and everybody has to be the same in front of the law. So this made that the Spanish government or Spanish state has to reimburse a lot of money to these people that has paid for years different rates that the residents or the citizens. So
that was the European Court of Justice saying that what the Spanish government did in the past regarding increasing taxes for non-residents was discriminatory, and the Spanish government had to pay it back.
That's it. So I don't think that this announcement, even if it's going to be developed, going to be the final point, because probably a lot of lawyers that we defend our clients, maybe we can appeal against this measure. But there is another phase of this another side of this announcement. Is that the case, that they're going to increase to double the rate that you pay for the transmission tax? Anyway, the regional government has the power to change it, because it's a tax that they get paid. It's not the central government, it's the regional government. So for instance, it's for this that each regional government has different rates.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember that Pedro Sanchez is in power because he has a coalition with different parties. I mean, I don't want to get political, but he's lost the election twice, and he's in power because he has a coalition of parties together. Now, the regional government, you can have some regional governments that are right-wing. For example, Valencia is PP, which is right-wing.
Yeah, and Andalusia, Galicia.
And they could turn around and say, well, we have completely legally, we're not going to do that.
No, that's it, because it's a tax that they have been delegated to have as a part of their own budget. So this is another point. So we really don't think that is now a big question to be worried about. We have to be updated. We have to look for the next few months what happened with this. But we have to wait until this project of law or this bill going to be written. And then we will know exactly what the words of Pedro Sanchez means.
Yeah. So join the Move to Spain Facebook group, listen to the Move to Spain podcast, have a look at the blog on the website, and when there's news, follow us, justlawsolicitors.com. We're everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, and we'll keep you up to date. And like I say, I would urge you to listen to Marisa, because there's not many people with 35 years of legal experience in Spain talking about this.
Talking about this is
Yeah,
different.
yeah. There's plenty of people with 35 years of legal experience, but not many people sat here talking about this. You know, have a look at the different sources of your media. And also tonight, if you're watching this today, at 7 o'clock, what's the date today? The 15th. We have a live stream where not Marisa, but we have Belen, our property lawyer, and Pablo, our tax lawyer, will be answering your questions. And you can get that through the Move to Spain Facebook group. You click on events and hopefully everything works. But thanks for watching, and we'll keep doing these videos when we find out some more news. So don't panic, and if you're taking advice, take advice from a Spanish lawyer. Hopefully justlawsolicitors.com, but take advice from a Spanish lawyer.
Register Spanish lawyer.
A registered Spanish lawyer with a bar registration number.
That's it.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.